Update, I'm Gio.
I'm Matt.
Oh shit.
Sound like
I'll cut a promo. Sunday. Better watch it, brother. This title is mine. Oh my god.
I ripped this shirt right
I just
off.
heard like 3 bones crack.
Yeah, my shoulder did pop. My shoulder did pop. Really helped me. I'm mobile. These questions about mobility.
Oh shit, no, it's not. What famous bodybuilder would make a really good powerlifter?
Lightweight.
Oh.
Lightweight.
Wait.
Ronnie Coleman.
A lot of
Dude,
them,
just savage as fuck, man.
Franco Columbu.
Yeah.
Franco
Pick up
Columbu.
a car.
I think Franco benched 500 pounds, weighing 200.
Most bodybuilders are really strong.
I know, whatever happened to that stereotype or that saying that people are like bodybuilders aren't strong?
People fucking lying to
Who said
themselves.
that? Kai Green, that fucker benches like 450 on an incline.
Yeah.
I think because they look at bodybuilding the way it is now.
Maybe.
Well, it's weird.
I don't even know. I don't know where that is.
I don't know where to start, but that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
People say that shit.
No, that's definitely something I would have thought. It's like, yeah, but you're not really strong. Fuck you.
Dude, there's
really
a
strong.
So new guys, there's a guy named Akeem Williams, bodybuilder, fucking jack. Just doesn't.
Rhino.
Who? Yeah, stand after me is the epitome of
The
it.
king.
But Akeem Williams doesn't really know what he's doing in deadlifts. He just does it for bodybuilding. He pulls like 765 or 800. Just
How do you do deadlifts for bodybuilding? What does that look like?
just like I mean, like he does it to build his back. Like he doesn't do it to lift a hell of a weight.
Oh.
He's just so strong.
for like sets of 30.
Yeah, Arnold, I heard pulled 675 when he was
Probably,
like
yeah.
17 or 18.
I heard back in the day, the bodybuilding shows, they would do like the poses on stage, and
Eugene.
then afterwards they would go and they had like a powerlifting meet.
Eugene Sandow. You know, like,
no,
Eugene Sandow. They would call it like odd lifts and shit. They
Yeah.
go overhead.
For the old strongman lifts, they do that.
Yeah.
That side raise
Yeah.
with the dumbbell and all
And then
that.
they pose down. I think they should bring that shit back. And then they should add a personality factor. It should be a male
What,
pageant.
they tell a goddamn joke after?
That's my only chance to win, bro.
Come on. You're not that funny.
He'll outpose me, you'll outlift me, and I'll fucking sneak in with the funny jokes.
Little dance.
God.
Yeah, dance. You can dance off.
Oh.
See, you show your talent.
Why do you think?
What was the
that
fucking
changed
question?
though? The powerlifting.
Bodybuilder would be great at powerlifting.
Why I think that changed, or where that stigma of bodybuilders aren't strong anymore, I think that changed with the internet. So I think like when you go to these like fitness conventions, there's always like the traditional guys like Phil Heath, Dexter Jackson, Super Jack, and there's those bodybuilding guys who don't really necessarily get that much love anymore because you have like the internet personalities, and that's the new definition of bodybuilding. Like Matt Ogus, Christian Guzman, those guys are still strong, but compared
Yeah, but they're not world-class powerlifters.
Exactly, but then I think if you go back to the days of where bodybuilders are like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Johnny Jackson, Stan Efferding, those guys are still insanely strong. Just nowadays, the stigma.
Those are also big dudes too. Like you're big bodybuilder, like Arnold back in the day, or Stan, or Johnny Jackson. Any of those dudes are huge.
Yeah, I think I can answer my own question.
What's your question? I don't know what your question is.
My question was, when did that stereotype come about bodybuilders not being strong? There's a movement in the 90s, maybe in the late 80s, where machines came about. Every gym you would go into was all machines. So they're doing chest press. You don't know what the fuck kind of weights on there.
That makes sense.
There's 20
like hammer strength machines.
No, worse than that. Hammer strength's amazing because you know there's 245s. This other one had 20 gears in it, and then it says 70, but it's not 70.
Yeah, but it's just such a different way to train though. It's great because you don't kill your joints.
Well, there's a lot of 90s bodybuilders that train that way. So maybe when they go to the bench press, it's so unfamiliar and they weren't strong. But then
still maxing them stacks out there,
probably, and strength is specific. But then there was Ronnie Coleman who squatted 800 pounds for 2, deadlifted 800. Yeah, he got jacked up.
No, did you see what he said?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
What did he say?
So he just had back surgery. He had hip surgery 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
And so he says in there, he says, people ask me through all the years, is there anything I regret? And he says, yeah, when I squatted 800 for 2, I should have hit it for 4.
And he could have. He smashed his 800, walks it all sketchy in the old Metroflex gym in Texas.
Yeah, you ever been there?
That's it. Yeah, I heard it's sick.
It's
Arlington, right?
Disgusting.
All those guys there. Branch Warren, Johnny Jackson, you brought up.
Disgusting in a fucking awesome like dungeon type of gym, right?
But those guys are strong as shit, and I think almost any bodybuilder trades sub-maximally with a lot of volume, a lot of weights, and you're bound to get stronger, especially if you practice the big 3.
And I mean, anybody that spends that long in the gym, right, they're gonna get bored just doing that high volume bodybuilding work. And since you're still always trying to stimulate the muscles, you gotta add weight anyway. So they're gonna eventually play with some lower rep stuff to, why not, if you're lifting weights, see how strong you are.
When they didn't get
dudes are fucking strong.
They didn't get 290 shredded benching 135 for 10 years. You know,
Just
it just didn't happen. Oh, and broccoli.
Yeah, that's it.
Broccolini?
No.
Oh, that's what I eat.
Too many carbs.
Oh, 4?
Do you guys then think that maybe powerlifters can take away some of the bodybuilding training time?
Yeah.
But powerlifting has changed a lot too. Powerlifting isn't what it was in the 90s when it was ruled by the big guys in gear. And since geared lifting's lost a lot of popularity, squat suits and shirts, you get so much carryover from having a big belly and having squishiness, I guess is the best way to describe it, right? If you're a little fatter,
Bloated.
yeah, you would get so much more carryover over your suit. But if you're lifting raw, you're not getting much out of that. And the raw lifters now, your Dan Green or the Willie Bridges or
They're just buffer.
yeah, they're in great shape.
I think people like weightlifters, powerlifters have already learned from bodybuilders current day.
Of course.
And I think crossfitters are still to learn that bodybuilding can be very therapeutic and very healing.
Yeah.
Something about bodybuilding, training all your muscles evenly, fixes a lot of imbalances. A lot of bodybuilders train just as much back as they do pec. Powerlifters maybe don't because our goal is a big bench. So you see the guys like this, they get pec problems, they rip pecs, they get shoulder problems, they get a lot of pain, you do more back, rear delt, you'll probably fix it.
For me, as soon as my off season happens, that's typically I try to run a more bodybuilding style split with just higher volume stuff. Because I've spent the last 17 years not doing anything over a 5.
Yeah, it just makes sense. And so I think everybody can learn from everybody rather than back in the day it was powerlifters were fat, bodybuilders were weak. Now it's CrossFitters are dumb. We can learn a lot of that's what people, the internet crushes CrossFitters. But we
it's just because they're new.
Because they're the new guys.
Right.
And we could learn a ton from CrossFitters.
I feel like you can. I think they're some of the most badass athletes out there.
No doubt about it.
Why not mix a little bit of our metabolic conditioning after our main lifts? Yeah, he's a stud.
Dude,
all those
jacked,
guys.
strong shit.
Ben Smith, that guy squats 500 for 3.
Right.
What? How many of you guys squat 500 for 3 with super clean form in a week?
Call in now and tell us.
All right, guys. If there are any questions that you guys would like,
Call in.
You know what bodybuilding taught us? The pec pop.
Can't do it.
write them in the comments
There we go.
below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, share with all your friends. Until next time, deuce.
Deuces.
Deuce.
Being used to trying to be explosive off the floor, it's bad for my weightlifting because I pull too fast and then I end up having a pause.
I hate when I'm too
before
strong and too fast.
You're just too strong and too fast to be good at something.
Yeah. I think
I'm too athletic.
I think all strength sports, there's so